First off, $16 billion spent. Couldn't have been spent better, really. And showing our ability, really the one place that we know how to be charitable is with those running for office. And this has got to stop, okay? I'm tired of talking about it. If you don't get why, I don't have time anymore. If you don't understand why that's absurd, seriously go fuck yourself, all right? Because that ball game is over, okay? It is a waste of money on so many levels, and also because whichever side loses makes a mistake anyway, that it makes a gaffe and screws things up. So why give them that much money to do it? They could do it. They could have done that with a quarter. Really, if just and just sat there flipping the quarter. No political ads, just people just those running for office flipping the quarter, going heads, tails, heads, tails. That's all they'd had to do, and they could have gotten as far as they did. My head is going to explode because this has been way beyond anything I have imagined. Now, here's what I found interesting, because I'm not going to discuss about whose fault it is. There's a billion places to read about that, see about it, and it's already passed through, and there's no need to discuss it. But what's interesting is they were told, Republicans were told by the Democrats that the man they were running was a threat to democracy, and that should scare them from voting for him, and then they should therefore vote for her. Well, this is how much it scared them, that they were so scared that they said, hey, let's see if this is real. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him the Senate, and the way it looks from what I can see this week, but we don't know. We don't know because it's hard to count, because there's only so many horses that they can get that can put their foot down and do that. So we don't, we're in the 21st fucking century, okay? Should be able to count votes. It's not tough. Fucking write it on a piece of paper. Son of a bitch. So, what they decided is, let's see how scary it could be. Let's give him he's got the Supreme Court already because of his choices. I know some of you don't feel that that's really got anything, that's just they're very much, they don't have a partisan bone in their bodies. And let me tell you, you're insane. Those of you who believe that are insane. So I'm glad I could share that with you, especially my new quiet voice, because I'm not going to yell anymore. I'm just going to be very quiet. And then eventually, this is all you'll hear from me. Yeah. But back to the point. The point is that he's now got the Senate, and he's got the House, and as the Supreme Court, he has everything. So that's the experiment. They were told by many people, this is a big mistake. He's an authoritarian, and they shouldn't give him more power. And they did. They said, no, come on. Let's see what it would really be like to deal with a real authoritarian figure. And in light of that, let me just say that I am sitting looking out the window at a very depressed gray sky, rainy, and I'm sitting in Eugene, Oregon, where as a young man coming to the end of high school, early years of college, I read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, became enamored with Ken Kesey. Ken Kesey then, due to a book that called the electric Kool-Aid acid test. I was able to read about him, and I thought about coming to Eugene many times when I was in my early to mid-20s, and I thought if I came here because of Ken Kesey, and because there seemed to be a certain freedom here, and if you remember One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, if you've not read it, read it, okay? You're going to want to read it. It's just a tremendous book, or watch the movie. They're both remarkable. And it was very much, it's very anti-authoritarian. That's the crust of it. I mean, and the gut of it. Really anti-authoritarian. And that was the attraction to me, to come out here and to see Ken Kesey and the group that he'd gathered together, and then they got involved with the Grateful Dead. It was a totally different time. Totally. Got it? A different fucking planet. I don't know how this happened. But it's now I'm here, and it's not the same. But if I'd come here earlier, probably I would have done so much acid, I wouldn't know what's going on now, and I wouldn't have this Rantcast, and I wouldn't have to work today, because I'd be probably testing some mushrooms that needed to be tested, just to see if they still worked on a man my age. One of the things maybe we should have learned from this is they're going to, apparently they're going to cut taxes again, or this, at least cut the, keep this bill in place that allows the wealthy to still get a massive tax break, allow corporations to get a massive tax break. And if you're going to do that, then what you're doing, going back to what I was talking about before, you're going to give them, that's what they do, they take that money and then they use that money to influence the election, so that we end up spending $16 billion on it. And that way they can kind of push their agenda, which they've done. And if they'd done it the other way, that would have been the fist up the other people's ass, right? Yeah. So they shouldn't be being given this kind of money, whatever side they're on, because that's what they do with a chunk of it. $16 billion. I don't even know if there are countries that don't have that kind of money. There's states that don't have that kind of money, I don't think. But I'd have to look that up, and I don't have time. Let me just check my notes. I think I got it all. Yep. So tomorrow I'm going to go look for the ghost of Ken Kesey. I want to wish you a wonderful week, and I hope you can all recover as you watch this all unfold, as we once again have entered a period of really just an extraordinary moment in time where the American people are led to basically, I believe this. I know that I'm in the minority here, but they were led to vote for against their own interests. Yes, this is perfect. They believe it was for their interest, and if I had anything to say about blame, the Democrats should take a good fucking look, if they want to win again, over how this group, which it basically is saying in many ways, we'd like you to vote against your own interests, gets them to do it. And the Democrats, who think that they want them to vote for them because it'll be in their interest, can't get them to vote for them. There's the dichotomy. That's what we're stuck with. That's what I'm leaving you with. There's something to think about, huh? That'll let your brain tear itself apart, and all you're left with is a hypothalamus, I think.